Where else can you be handed life's precious commodities? For the soul in a repentance, tied to sentence apologies. Welcome to the...
Which mining pool are you logged into?
Currently I'm using the Bitminter pool. I have used BTC Guild in the past, but I like Bitminter because it's the easiest to set up. It's a small pool. It has like 1 or 2% of the total network, I think. So some of the bigger ones will be like 40, 45. So people do say if you join a bigger pool, you'll get more consistent payouts. A smaller pool, it's more sporadic. You might get like a whole bunch of payouts in a row and then nothing for a while. In the long run, they average out to about the same. The software is open source, so it'll go on anything. So this Bitminter one, I'm running it on Windows right now, and it's this nice little Java app that you can download, and you get it all set up and away it goes. But another really popular program is CG Miner. So I'm running that on Linux, because usually I don't have this connected to my computer. I have it all set up in the mining rig, and I have a little Raspberry Pi, this little computer that runs it. So this thing consumes like 5 watts of power. This Raspberry Pi is basically a computer. So you have your 2 USB ports, so you can plug in a keyboard and a mouse. You have up here your HDMI port, so you plug it into a screen, and it all runs off an SD card. So this by itself is a computer. This has a version of Linux on it, and then that runs the CG Miner program. So there's different software for all different machines, but most of them are pretty compatible with everything. It acts as a hub. These things, these little block rectors, are the things that actually do the work. And then you just run it through a computer, or a Raspberry Pi or whatever, and then that sends it off to the pool to have all the work be compiled to solve the block. The computer itself is doing nothing, except acting as a transfer point. It's just the eruptors that do all the work. Definitely, ASICs are the way mining is going to go. Because ASIC is an application-specific integrated circuit. So someone decided, I want a chip that does nothing except mine Bitcoins. So it can't do anything else, but it mines Bitcoins really, really fast. So CPUs were not very efficient because they do so many things. And then graphics cards were better because they do parallel processing. So CPUs are very linear, one thing at a time, but graphics cards do a whole whack at the same time. So that's why they were way faster. But now that the ASICs do nothing but mine coins, they're the fastest by far. As with any computer chip, you're limited by transistor size. If you make a smaller transistor, you can pack more on a chip and do more calculations for less power. The newest ones that are coming out now are 28 nanometer. ASICs are basically jumping to the best computer chips they can do. As it stands, I don't think mining hardware is going to get much better. The difficulty is going to keep jumping because people are still ordering these. So it'll keep jumping and jumping and jumping as they all turn on. And then eventually people will decide, okay, it's not worth it. And the difficulty will kind of plateau. This difficulty rising, it's a bad thing for investments. It's harder to make money back. But for the network as a whole, it's a better thing. The higher the difficulty gets and the more miners and the faster miners that people turn on means the entire network is just more and more secure. Because as the difficulty gets higher, it means all the transactions are more secure and they're better encrypted. Pooled mining, it's mostly you take all the hardware, so you have all your hardware, and then you point it at somebody's IP address, which is the pool operator. Whoever solves it will be the pool operator. So the pool operator themselves could just take it, but then they'd lose reputation and nobody would work with them anymore. So the pool operators take a really tiny percentage, and Bitminter being a small pool, it's only like 1 or 2% of the network. And even still, it takes 100 terahashes. So its pool operator, taking 1% of that, or 2%, gives him 1 or 2 terahashes for free. So he wouldn't want to be dishonest. Pool operators are already doing pretty well for themselves.
What do you do when you're not mining and talking about it?
I actually go to school at BCIT doing robotic engineering.